Good morning. It's Monday the 27th and it is the European job today. Well, it's UK collections for the European job. The European job it's done it over 2 days. So it starts today and it starts on Monday and then it's delivered on a Tuesday by Trevor. And Trevor should be delivered by about lunchtime, depending on how quick he gets through customs. So yes, it's all depending on how quick he gets through. So basically today I have to go to North Yorkshire, Malton, and then from Malton across to Whitchurch, and then from Whitchurch down to the southeast of England to then hand over to Trevor later on tonight. So I'll have a bit of time to kill once I get to once I get up that way to Yorkshire for the first collection. The second point I want to sort of make today is regarding putting bids out on jobs on CX. When was it? Friday. I tried to get a run up to Yorkshire. There's normally a regular job that comes up that's collection near me going up that way, which pay sort of double bubble towards the fuel. Yeah, I didn't see it anyway, and also there was another job that went up to Yorkshire as well, which would have been perfect because it would have probably left me about an hour away from my first collection, and I went in at about 73p per mile, and I wasn't going to go any lower than that, just out of principle, and I still didn't get it. So yeah, so this morning I did put a bid on a job going up to Derbyshire, which would have took me so far. Again, it just would have helped with the fuel, but and I wouldn't have been a million miles away from the M1 motorway, but still I didn't get that job. So there obviously is people out there running for nothing. So as I've said, them possibilities would have helped towards the fuel, but when I quote, or when I give my European customers, the Italians, their price for this weekly run over to Belgium, they obviously get, so I always put a certain amount on for travelling up dead, empty, and then I put a certain amount I always put a certain amount on once I've handed over, so I'm not losing any money on dead miles, if you get me. That's how I like to sort of do it a bit, really. They grumble like with the price, as I've explained before, but I'm not. It just would make the price per mile just increases it if you can get a run up there. By the time I get delivered this evening, I ain't gonna get nothing, and the southeast of England is about as prolific as and an impotent donkey, so there's not going to be much possibilities there. But yeah, I will show you what I'm collecting, and I will just touch on with what I'm sort of doing like today and how the day's progressing. But yeah, apart from that, it is quite an easy job. I'm hoping the first two collections are going to be not, well, I'm hoping the first collection is not going to delay me to get down to my second collection, and I'm hoping the second collection we can get a wiggle on and get going. But yeah, the two I'm collecting from are notoriously little fiffy faffies, as I call them. They don't really get a wiggle on, so we shall see. But yeah, so there we go. I shall update you all later, and hope you all have a great day. Right, I've just pulled over to have a quick brew and a bowl of cereal. I've nipped the no Weetabix again. I've nipped the kiddies Kellogg's Frosties, so saves me spending any more money. So I'm currently on the A64. Let me just put my hand up here so you're not sort of being blinded. Yeah, currently on the A64 to TMR support. Right, here, a little lay-by. So it's I've just had to send over the travel documentation for Calais to Trevor, ready for tomorrow morning. I've had to go through them all and just check all the numbers and digits and things have been crossed out and everything's correct before I send them over to Trevor, because I don't want to be sending them over first and then checking them after them and realising that there's a couple of bits of information that's incorrect, that then I've got to resend back or get in contact with the agent who sorts out all the documentations, you see, for customs. So it's not just, it's not just plain sailing simple in this just like we do in the UK, just collect and go and drop and that's it. There's obviously documentations that I'm responsible, as well as the other parties that are responsible for making sure that everything's correct and in place and where it needs to be. And at the end of the day, we don't want things that's being rejected or causing further delay at Calais. So we want to just obviously get everything right first before we get over there. So there's a poor woman in front of me with a little Corsa with a flat tyre. I have gone up to her and said, do you want me to pump it up for you while me tea's brewing? But she says, no, I've got someone coming out. So yeah, she doesn't want a knight in shining armour. Well, not from me anyway. But yeah, I'll show you the traffic the other direction. Christ, I've got to go back the other way, and it's not looking very pretty. Well, on the A64, which is where I'm perched at the moment. But let me just show you. There you go. Look at all that, and it goes another 4 miles beyond, further up the road. So I think I might give that idea going that direction, going that way back to the A1 and miss. We don't want getting stuck in all of that. I don't know why. I know it goes down to a single carriageway, but you would think that it wouldn't be that that much of a bleeding nightmare. But yeah, it is what it is. Nothing you can do. I have found an alternative route, so I'm hoping that will work. So let me just put the camera back on myself, my beautiful face. So there you go, you got my beautiful face back. So yeah, it's not hard work in terms of the things. Where's she fucking off to now? I think she's going to go have a piss in the bushes. I won't look. She was standing by the car a minute ago, now she's pissed off to go and have a piss. Oh shit, oh no, she's back again. But yeah, I don't know where she's scarpered off to. Well, she went down there and she's getting back in her car now. But yeah, it's you just got to get everything right in this job. And as you can see, I'm in the small van today, which with the temperatures dropping slightly, we've got to obviously be mindful now that the temperature doesn't affect the goods that we're moving. So I'll get especially come evening time, I'll be getting the heater blower, well, getting the heat on the fan, you see, going. Oh, someone else has pulled over to have a piss in the bushes. So I hope it ain't a dog as lay-by. I think I'm going in a minute anyway, so but bloody hell, that sun's coming through. So yes, hopefully collections not going to be too much of an aggro with it. So right, I shall leave you with that for time being and update you all later. Right, just leaving collection. Pardon me, sorry. She come running over just at the end of that clip. Luke. I've done the I've put the wrong vehicle reg. No, you haven't. Yes, I have. Look, you haven't. You haven't put the wrong vehicle reg on the documentation. So then she climbs in the back of my van, trying to show me. She went, yours is different. No, it's okay. I says it's. The vehicle reg is obviously the one that's going over. Yeah. I said this van isn't going over. Trevor's going over. She was like, oh, starts effing and jeffing at me. Oh, you're scaring me. No, don't be scared. It's fine. I stood there all relaxed and chilled out. So yeah, the cheeky gits have put another 3 boxes on to go over to the second collection. You know, these that I've just left, these are my customers, as well as the second point, the second collection point, my customers that are based in the UK as well. So this is what I'm getting at. You know, my customers are all within this industry, are all linked together. So it's brilliant in terms of trying to get a few extra customers, and you know, you do a good job, and one leads into another, and another one leads into another, and before you know it, you sort of, when you do a job, when someone asks for a collection out of blah de blah, and you ring blah de blah up who's you're collecting from, but are not the ones that make contact with you to get the job booked in, you are saying to them, you know, just making sure that I am collecting from you tomorrow, that blah de blah, where I'm delivering to are paying the bill. Yeah, happy with that. So yeah, it's quite often I can do a delivery from one customer to another customer. It's quite common, so we say. But yeah, I do like it that they're all interlinked together, and all my customers are all sort of, they're all quite, they're the big cats, if you get them, the big boys within the game, not the sort of smaller establishments. They're all quite big, and I mean, the Italians, they are the biggest and probably got the best reputation. The biggest and got the best reputation in the in Europe, really, for what they do. So yeah. So right, I'll update you all later, and I'll show you my my progress. Right, I'm back. Sorry. So that's the second collection done and dusted, and then 3 boxes delivered. I was going to film it, but they all started swarming around me at the at my customer's place. Oh, one person come, he had a natter to me, then another one come and she was nattering there. Oh Christ, just leave me alone, let me go. Let me go. I felt like I was being held hostage. But yeah, so we've got the second box on board, and it's just the same as the first box that I showed you. The only difference is they put the documentation to a completely different place, which you ain't gonna want to see that, are you? I wouldn't want to see it anyway. So really, I really should be telling you what I'm moving, shouldn't I? What we're taking to Europe. I've left you in suspense all day, haven't I? So what it is, it's products of animal origin, which in other terms, it's actually part of a reproduction service. Not humans, but of a 4-legged variety. I'll let you all have a little guess at that. And what it is, it starts off at oocytes. So they'll harvest the oocytes from a specific animal, and then it gets put in a little canister that sits inside them boxes that I've showed you, and then it'll have like an outer section which is polystyrene. Then it'll have another outer section of very thin sort of material. It's a little bit like tin foil, you know, like them people that have been swimming in cold water, and then they come out and they, rather than stick a towel over them, you know, the emergency services will stick that sort of silver stuff. It's basically like that, and it's just to add that extra layer of heat, trapping the heat in. But within the box and around the box, they will be heat packs. So they'll warm the heat packs to such a high temperature. By all accounts, they're really, really hot to touch at the start, and then put that around, and then that will keep the temperature at, they say, about 48 to 72 hours, between that sort of window bracket. And like I've alluded to you, we've got to keep the temperatures in the vehicle at the right, between 18 and 22. So hence why in this small van of mine, I don't have any bulkhead, because if it does get really cold, especially about 9-10 o'clock at night, even though I won't really be handed over way before then, I can, or in the depth of winter, I can get the heater on, get it up to nice and toasty in here, and then literally keep the environment as warm as I can possibly keep it. Not too warm where I'm like gasping like a dog, but warm enough to sort of go, you know what, I'm nice and warm with a t-shirt on. That's them boxes are going to be nice and warm. Even if it gets really, really cold, what we do is, you can see I put the blanket underneath. You haven't seen because I haven't videoed it, but now I've got 2 boxes. I've put another blanket over top of them just to keep that little bit of heating. But extra sort of padded of sort of putting a coat on over a jumper. So, but when it's really, really cold, I don't sound absolutely daft. Well, it's a cheap way of doing it, and it's quite effective. Is we put 3, 4, depending on how many boxes we got, depending on how many bottles of hot water bottles that we need, we put the hot water bottles underneath, and then the blankets on top of that, and then another blanket on top to go round the boxes, and that sort of works. So they start off as oocytes, and then they get progressed in to embryos, which we normally bring back about early spring, late winter, early spring. So once I've handed over to Trevor tonight, later on, he will then go over. That's me done, sort of. But he will then go over to cross over the channel into Calais. He will then go on to have his checks done at customs. He'll go to ASA first to hand over all the documentation, and then once he's been to ASA, they will then send him back to his vehicle. He will sit and wait in his vehicle, then he'll be sent across to CVEP for his vet check, and onto the ramp there. They'll then perform the vet check, and then he will go back to ASA and wait for validation to be completed for him to then be set off on his way. Now, as I've said, the customers that are paying for this are our Italian customers, but it's not actually going to them. No. We're only doing part journey. So the other part journey, so the part journey that we do goes to a hub in Passendale in Belgium. So we'll take it to Passendale, deliver it, chuck the boxes off at theirs. Once we've cleared, another courier company, a European one, which are based in Antwerp, Belgium, they will then come in after they've done their other collections wherever they've been in Europe, come and collect there, and then they'll then go on down to Italy, just south of Milan, and they will then deliver into our customers in Italy, you see. And that's it. And they should be there Wednesday about 7:30. I think they have got there about 7 o'clock before. So it's literally over 3 days. Well, you know, a little bit under 3 days, isn't it? But yeah, it's quite interesting. It's quite mind-blowing at times. I mean, even though once I've got down to hand it over to Trevor, doesn't mean that my part of the job's finished, because it isn't. Because at times we'll have a significant some sort of delay or some sort of problem. Or, you know, not very often. We've had some really good weeks doing this where we've just gone straight through within an hour and a half. But on average, we're sort of at customs for about 2 hours. But I'm then, as part of customer service, I'm then liaising with the Italians and keeping them updated. I'm also liaising and keeping the UK customers updated, and then everyone's happy. And that's what it's really all about. is keeping everyone happy and keeping everything organised. And we're also, because of all the customs documentation, we have to go through a agent who arranges it all and sorts it all out. And obviously, the week before, I'm liaising with them that all the ducks are in the row ready to be popped off. So overall, it's really good. Now, people might say, "Oh, Calais, it must be hard work." At the very start, it was. I mean, we had to get used to them, and they had to get used to us. And I think at one point they were too busy eating their croissants and pain au chocolats to then, be bothered to deal with us. But ever since, I think it's slightly changed. All the time they're sort of changing things because of bureaucratic bullshit. But overall, they've really now we've mastered the game, which breeds a lot of confidence into our customers back here in the UK, not just the Italians, because then they know that we're the pros, we know what we're doing. So it does help. It's very daunting at the start, but like I said before, Trevor is a very, very good guy. He knows what he's doing. Okay, he's no fool. He's very patient. Attention to detail is bang on. And he's a pleasure to deal with. Is our Trev, pleasure to deal with, and it does make a huge difference. So, go over speed bumps. So yeah, it does make my job a lot easier. So there we go. So that's it. I'll let you know once I've delivered. I'm not going to show you. Come on, get moving. I'm not going to show you me handing over to Trevor, because that's for the purpose of privacy. I'm not going to show them. But come on, hurry up, get moving. But overall, up to now, we've had a very good run. The M62's been very good, and the A64, I sort of missed all that traffic that I was showing you earlier. So my hunch was good. I have got a bit of a travel back tonight. I am going to turn and burn it back. But I'll update you all later. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything travelling down to the southeast is good. See you in a bit. Well, that's delivery handed over, completed, done and dusted. It's just time for me to get back home. So yeah, got down to Trevor's, got it exchanged from my vehicle onto his. I was fast asleep snoozing, rightly so, because he's got a long day ahead tomorrow for himself, so we want him to have his beauty sleep. That's both boxes, all the paperwork that's attached to the boxes, some of the other bits of paperwork I've had to give him from one of the collections. I don't know why they've sent a load more paperwork, but I've made sure that's in there as well. He's got the POD to get signed printed, and really, like I say, it's everything done and dusted. My part of the bargain is done. Don't think that's it. I ain't got nothing else to do. With this job, I can just sit back and relax slightly, but I do have to update them over in Italy, and I also have to update the UK lot of that with 2 UK customers as well, to make sure they're up to date with everything regarding the progress. So both lots be on like cats on a hot tin roof tomorrow, but I don't need to be. a cat on hot tin roof, because I know I've got the best man in charge of the job going over to Europe. So Trevor should really, well, we've been doing really well actually, getting through customs, as I mentioned earlier. We're sort of getting down to about an hour and a half through customs, so hopefully it'll be the same tomorrow. Hopefully his journey over the channel and over then to Belgium and back is pleasant, stress-free. But yeah, really, I have the easy bit tomorrow. I'll probably have the hardest bit today. At least my bit's out of the way. But it is, it's quite, because you're covering quite a lot of mileage for a long period of time. Even though I've been having regular breaks and stops, stretching my legs, I had to fill the bag up again, after filling up this morning. I had to fill up again just before I got to Trevor's. So she's got this small van's got plenty of juice left in the tank, to get me home. So yeah, so it's not the easiest journey home tonight, as you can see on the M25, the motorway we all crave to drive on. Not probably the worst motorway in the bloody country, and I know there'll be some of you guys that live in the southeast that will say, oh, it's not too bad. It is, come on, just admit it, it's shit. I absolutely, saying that, the traffic's been brilliant today. Well, that's because I bloody missed it all. But yeah, that traffic wise, 62, well, 64, 62, 60, M1, then M6, M5 was actually really good. M42 and M40, but then going around the M25. But I think I just got really lucky. I did hit one road closure on my way down to just before Tunbridge Wells. So yeah, it was a bit shit around there, but hopefully now, like I say, I'll go around the M25 anti-clockwise and then go past the M1, even though really the M1's the route I would like to take because it's quicker, but I'll go around the M25, get onto the M40 and then back up to home that way. So there we go. So I'm going to leave this video where it is now. Hopefully it's been an enjoyable one. You've been able to see me progress and gave you some in-depth information on this job. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. I really am sort of in the slums of subscriber numbers. Come on, mate, get your move on. And you really need to start taking a huge amount of pity on me. I've shown you my face today, my beautiful face. And yeah, come on guys and girls, just hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button as well while you're subscribing, because if you're going to do one, you might as well do the other. And until next time, I'm going to say goodbye and hope you all take care, and whatever you're doing out there, enjoy it. But for now, good night and goodbye.